live stream, view botting is completely out of control. Well, I can talk about this. Let's get to it. Look who it is.
Kick has a massive botting problem. Even the CEO himself admits that most of the Kick partner program is botting, which is a crazy statement to make as the CEO.
If we banned every single person who view botted from the KPP program, the reality is there wouldn't be many people left.
So, I mean, you know, when the CEO is shamelessly admitting it, you know it's bad. But this has been a topic of conversation for years now. Like, people have been calling Trainwreck's the boy who cried view botters since at least 2023.
They've been calling him out. They've been saying Trainwreck's is like, oh, wow. And it was, by the way, it was way before 2023. Like, me, Train, and XQC, and like a few of our other friends have been talking about this for like 7 years, 6 years, like in 2019, 2020.
Rex was right.
He was.
He was telling us, and we didn't listen. All the streamers are view botting, and nobody listened to him. Everyone was like, he's schizo, he's crazy. He was right.
That's
but
true.
Now, it finally
he was right.
Seems like he's being vindicated on both sides of the coin, with the issue reaching further than just live viewers. It's now infecting Clippers as well.
Don't Clippers just bot their clips to get fake view numbers?
Oh, they do.
To make more money.
It's more likes. They do it with likes, so people think the clip is more viral than it is.
We got botting problems everywhere, man.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. Like, botting
everything's fake. Nothing's real. Everybody in chat is a bot. Every viewer is a bot. That's the dead internet theory, and it's happening.
Problems are not mutually exclusive to Kick. It's not mutually exclusive to live streaming. Like, botting is everywhere. That's the reality.
But view botting has been a hot button issue on streaming sites for years now. Even if viewers haven't always been buying it, nor are streamers really fessing up to it.
All the stuff that I'm learning, that I'm seeing, it's beginning to make sense low key, right? If I'm sitting at 30 to 35 and all my social medias and everything like matches up with that, my chatters, the activations, you know, merch sales, this and that, right? The numbers match up to that, but everyone else, you know, it doesn't, then I'm beginning to understand the petty drama, because they're telling themselves, I'm not a 35K viewer streamer. You know, I'm probably doing this weird. I'm really a 20K. This is a 35. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. And that's how the petty shit starts.
The devs that I work with, right? They've calculated some of these view bots that we encounter have to cost between 10 to 20,000 a week. Like, we're talking like fully automated.
Isn't it crazy that we've been right about this shit the entire time? And nobody wanted to listen. Everybody got mad at him for saying this shit. And it was so obvious. It was so clear.
IPs are completely spread, right?
When it comes to the topic of view botting, it's starting to become a problem everywhere. And it feels kind of safe to say that no one is actually planning on doing anything about it. If any,
the companies don't want to do anything about view botting because it makes it look like they're losing momentum and losing motion. And the streamers don't want to do anything about it because they're taking advantage of it themselves in a lot of cases. Like, and this is one of the things, is that people always accused me of view botting. There's a certain individual that likes to talk a lot about me view botting. This is what my outlook on it is. Every view bot should be removed. Period. It doesn't matter who it's happening to. It doesn't matter whether it's somebody I like, whether it's me or somebody I don't like. It should all be removed. It's the way it is. That's the only logical position to have.
Streamers seem to not really care if they get caught these days.
Bro, I'll just say this, guys. I don't give a bro. If you think some people, guys, everybody's inflated. Like I openly admit it. I don't give. Every single person, I would say 90% of streamers inflate, guys. Okay, we're not whatever, dude.
Like, I'll tell you this, right? Is like for me, like, I mean, I can't say that. I can't say I've never been view botted, but what I can say is that I've never done it like on my own or known that it was happening or caused it to happen. Like, it's not like somebody told me they were going to do it or somebody I knew was doing it for me, anything like that. I never have had that happen.
Crazy, but what happens when the people who start paying creators based off of their viewership start to become wise enough to acknowledge the scheme?
And this is another big factor. He's bringing this up. I think this is a great point. And the reason why is because what he's saying is that And think about it like this. Like, I get sponsors, right? Like, think about how much of a problem boy I am. And I'm still getting sponsors regularly all the time. I'm getting sponsors. I'm turning people down. Do you want to know why? It's because people click the fucking links. And you know what else? Bots don't click links. So that's the way I see it too.
How can anyone be sure that it's not the streamer viewbotting themselves or someone else paying to make them look like they're viewbotting?
Right.
I mean, if a tree falls in the woods and no one's around to hear it, was it the streamer's fault? Like, honestly, it's kind of hard to definitively know who to place the blame on here. Because today, essentially, I just want to look into the accusations, old and new, and figure out if live streaming really does have a viewbotting problem.
It does.
Because it kind of seems like it does. Because as I stated earlier, even the Kick CEO seems to think so.
We know that
one of the least botted platforms is YouTube. YouTube is probably one of the most authentic platforms out there because Google is probably, I'm not even kidding you, like probably 5 or 10 years ahead of everybody else with data analysis. Like things that Amazon is just discovering to do now with their analytics, Google did in 2010.
In live streaming, there is a lot of viewbotting. That's the reality. If we
YouTube is what
if
matters.
we banned every single person who viewbotted from the KPP program, the reality is there wouldn't be many people left. That's the reality. It's the harsh reality. It's not just a problem isolated to Kick. It's a problem with all social media.
Now, the clip that probably made the most headlines and prompted me to look into this, of course, is the clip of the CEO from Kick, Eddie, admitting that most of the Kick partner program viewbots live on their Kick channel. And this happened during an episode of Kick Talk, which is a podcast hosted by Ed Craven, or Eddie, and the head of Kick Studios, who's Andrew Santamaria. And in these podcasts, they often feature controversial streamers like Ice Poseidon, Action Man, and Fuzi.
Yeah, I'm going to go on there one of those times.
And the episodes usually just consist of them bringing up the same talking points about the future of streaming. And I wonder if they were anticipating the future was being filled with botted chatters and falsely inflated viewer counts.
Yes.
Well, I guess for all but one lone angel, who they praised on the same episode as one of the few people out there who doesn't touch viewbots at all. And apparently, that's Sneeko.
We were talking about bots before. I think just a big shout out to Sneeko. I think Sneeko is...
My man. There it is.
He's one of the few people out there doesn't touch any bots at all. I said this the other day, right, Steve? I was like, I won't ever say someone is using viewbots, but I will say when someone isn't using viewbots. Like, sure. Not, he's legit. Like, you haven't fallen to the temptation of, increasing your metrics, and I respect that, man. I really do.
And now, I'm not saying that Sneeko's the only big creator who doesn't viewbot, but he might be one of the only big creators who aren't viewbotting on Kick. Because I promise you, there are tons of other creators who are not viewbotting whatsoever. They're just not streaming on Kick.
Well,
For
not
example,
talking to him.
I would bet like 10 grand that Moist Critical does not viewbot. But obviously, creators like him don't stream on Kick, so he's kind of irrelevant to this conversation that we're currently talking about. But prior to bringing up Sneeko,
I think that looking at it in the context of Kick is reductive. I think that Twitch has a huge viewbotting problem. It does, because whenever Twitch took viewbotting, anti-viewbotting measures, the traffic for the website went down by like 15%. That's a lot.
On the podcast, they were discussing how the current landscape is and how they combat viewbotters. And this is where Eddie makes this bold statement of, if we banned every single person from botting in the KPP program, the reality is there wouldn't be many people left, which is crazy. And which also goes to show that Kick seems to be this like den of thieves for some reason. There is no honor amongst Kick streamers for some reason.
Well, they do this on Twitch too, but yeah, you're right. Because, and the reason why is that people want to viewbot in order to make their stream look more popular. And also they think that there's a lower probability of them getting banned on Kick for viewbotting versus Twitch. That's the reason too.
Unfortunately for Kick, it just has a reputation of absolute degeneracy. So degenerates just congregate on Kick.com. And they also briefly touched on the Kick clipping program, which pays clippers based on views and how people are apparently viewbotting those as well.
So here's another question, like to follow up on the clipping stuff. Don't clippers just bot their clips to get fake view numbers?
But yeah, I think there's definitely botting.
Fake stream, fake viewers, fake clips, fake likes, fake comments. Holy shit.
Problems.
Wow.
Like I said before, right? We were talking about this before, but botting is on every platform.
I guess there's an arbitrage there. So they're getting paid more per view than what they have to pay a viewbotter to viewbot them. So again, a whole den of thieves. So I guess it's just fake viewers to wring out every last dollar from the site.
And by the way, companies do this. Companies do this with buying embeds in order to meet quantitative metrics. Why do you think that one progressive show that like Austin and Will and the Botez sisters did got 100,000 viewers? It's because they bought embeds. That's the reason why. There weren't 100,000 people watching that. Yeah, it's just how it is.
Down. And again, not a great look. It's sort of confirmation of everything people have ever been alleging for years, coming straight from the horse's mouth. And even though, I mean, Trainwrecks, you know, heavily was involved in the promotion and launch of Kick as well. I mean, his Wikipedia even lists him as a part owner of Kick. So one would think that he would have, you know, enough insider information to be able to accurately call this out.
No, the solution, see, what people don't understand about Kick is that they don't pay people for view botting. So basically, they have I don't know, I never even asked them about this, but they have a system that detects whether there are view bots, and they only pay people based off of regular views, right? Or as close as they can. So that's never somebody who's a view botter comes on the Kick and they show their KPP, they're not getting paid out like he is, or like I am, or like X is, or anybody else.
Biggest things I was confused about when I was doing my streams. I'm wondering, like, why the f are like streamers that are bigger than me or my size like so worried about me, right? And we're not talking about the you know, justified worrying about, you know, this and that, what content he's doing. We're talking about just like the petty bull. And all the stuff that I'm learning, that I'm seeing, it's beginning to make sense.
Competition.
Well, now after numerous botting scandals, multiple large streamers making their own speculations, and Eddie coming right out and saying people are starting to realize that they have been a little bit too quick to dismiss these claims.
Absolutely.
Trainwrecks was right. He was telling us, and we didn't listen. He's been saying this for years. All the streamers are view botting, and nobody listened to him. Everyone was like, he's schizo, he's crazy. He was right. Everyone is view botting.
You know, my dad used to tell me, he told me he would watch Alinity because he liked the TV shows that she watched. Can you believe that? He would go and say that shit. Oh no, I like the TV shows that she watches.
I mean, like, I knew it was an issue. I knew some people bought it, right? I knew there were botting services. And I thought maybe like 20% of streamers bought, maybe 10%, but no.
But there is an important note to make when it comes to view botting, because it can be the creator themselves paying to boost their own numbers and push them, you know, higher up in the directory, because at least before on both Kick and Twitch, the way to be discovered is to have a high view count, because then you kind of get front paged. Now they're starting to do some sort of recommendation system. But historically, the more views you have, the easier it is to get recognized or to be discovered by a new viewer. People also have this like default bias where if they see that this streamer has like 20,000 viewers, they're like, oh, 20,000 people are enjoying
Must
this.
be entertaining.
Check out this.
Exactly.
So that's unfortunately how the industry is. So while there's a lot
and
of
the thing is, it's generally true, right? You take 10 1,000 viewer streams and 10 viewer streams, and I'm going to guarantee you that the 1,000 viewer streams are on average going to be more entertaining and engaging to watch. Like the problem is that it's partially true.
Things that incentivize people to viewbot, there's always that possibility that someone else is viewbotting them in hopes of getting them either flagged or banned, or at the very least disliked by their own community and the general public. Because if your fans think that you're viewbotting and you can't really prove that you're not, it just kind of comes down to trust, which you know is hard to build in the generation of.
I'm gonna be honest. People accuse me of that shit. I say I don't give a fuck. Like call me whatever you want. I'm gonna just keep doing what I'm doing. Right? Like that's always been my outlook on this, is that like I never go and take this and like act like, oh my God, like I don't need to defend myself. I don't need to go and get mad and like say, oh, this isn't true. It is true. Like, why would I give a fuck? At the end of the day, I like broadcasting. I like streaming. I'm here for fun. Like I've got so much money, I could never stream again. It would never even matter. Right? So like, what the fuck am I doing trying to make this an ego thing? Really? And so, like, you don't need to defend it, right? That's the way I feel about it. People can call me whatever the hell they want.
Generative AI and performative morality.
So you know, you are aware of everybody who is and isn't botting.
Yeah,
I
of course
did want
they
to
do.
talk about, but maybe we could speak on this more in the future.
No, obviously, yeah.
Well, there's degrees of certainty.
Kick like has the ability, like that's how KPP works, right? KPP pays out on legitimate viewership, right? Obviously, the platform kind of knows, but again, we don't know who's botting Q, right? Like at the end of the day, like, you know, somebody else could be.
They don't know where it's coming from, but they know what's happening.
Right? But you know, it's a tough one. But yeah, we definitely know when people aren't botting. That's for sure.
But genuinely, though, a telltale sign of someone view botting is their chat not lining up with the sheer volume of people that are supposed to be watching. See, you know, most bots watch, But if you have thousands of viewers and the chat is kind of standing still, it sort of becomes obvious that they aren't real people. But that
viewership, chatbots, subscribers, follower count, etc. The amount of those that is inaccurate or incongruent without a definitive reason. Like, for example, like my sub count is super, super low. It's because I talk all the time about how I don't care about subs, I don't want subs or anything like that. I don't even have sub badges or emotes or anything. So it would make sense that my sub badge is my subs are low. But like if you look at me on Twitter, right? I mean, like I will regularly get tweets that get like fucking 30, 50,000 likes. You look on YouTube, like I'm releasing multi-million view videos on a daily, right? On Twitch, obviously I'm doing very well on Twitch. On Kick, how are we doing on Kick? Got 10,000 viewers on Kick right now. So like everything lines up in that direction. There's nothing that doesn't line up in that direction.
That's when you have more advanced botting services that also spam out the chat, so you have chatting bots as well. So again, people who bot unfortunately find workarounds
too soon.
And that's why it's so hard to catch. It's a big cat and mouse problem. But in July of 2025, Twitch published a statement announcing that it was rolling out changes that meaningfully improved their ability to identify view bots, inauthentic viewership, and other potentially fake engagement. Dan Clancy, the Twitch CEO, also made his own statement clarifying the company was taking its time in enforcing these updates to avoid inadvertently filtering out real users. And of course, this had people watching the viewer data like hawks in the following weeks and months, hoping to see changes that confirm their suspicions. And without fail, stream stats site like Twitch Tracker showed that viewership across the entire platform started seeing a downtrend, with hundreds of thousands of live viewers going missing since August 21st. And similarly, a Twitch account called Viewer Metrics started posting screenshots from their bot detector tool, causing some of the biggest streamers on the platforms like XQC and SodaPoppin to start reacting to them.
Bots with 5,000 view components entered a steady rate in the first hour. 640 chat-connected bots detected. They were all
Nobody's talking about me
before the stream ended. I mean, like Seer even, Playboy Max, that is, DDG, whoever the Emaru, Neon. It's actually not a big deal. But the other ones you can see like 6,000.
Wait, is that like the bot police? Hold on.
Yes,
do they have
police.
a better way now to detect view bots?
Chat connected bots with 5,000 view components and
6,000 chat. What is he looking at?
And the names and stats that kept coming out were shocking to say the least. Not because of
why was he doing that? Why is he pretending like he doesn't know? Like, is he trying to play some kind of politics where he's like, oh, wait, what's this? What are these graphs? What are these graphs? Wait, oh, how do you read this graph? Like, he's got like, bro.
Shining examples, but because a lot of them are top streamers with some of the worst offenders like allegedly being Neon, Blackboy Max, Emaru, and DDG. And people even pointed out the irony in the Mizkif getting angry at Emaru's viewer count being higher during that whole saga, because if they were allegedly both botting, why are you crying? Just buy more bots than her. Like if you're
I'm in a lawsuit. No comment.
Allegedly playing dirty, why not just up those numbers? That's a joke, by the way. I dislike people who bot because it just ruins it for everyone trying to play fair. But this Viewer Metrics Twitter was posting as recently as December. So you have nearly half a year of exposing streamers for botting. And it appears like there's no signs of streamers slowing down on the view botting. Like, come on, is this not
why would they stop it if it works?
Embarrassing, guys. But again, as I said,
no, it's not.
You can't really prove anyone is botting
People
unless
would
they
stop
admit
view
to
botting
it
if it
or
stopped
accidentally tab out and you see some like view botting tool or website.
Imagine that.
Many streamers have unfortunately done. And then you have that other issue of anytime someone figures out how to detect bots, they find some sort of workaround. And the bots continue to get smarter. And it becomes harder and harder to discern whose community is real and whose is fake.
And my devs, or not my devs, but the devs that I work with, right? They've calculated some of these view bots that we encounter have to cost between 10 to 20,000 a week. Like we're talking like fully automated IPs are completely spread, right? Like the most basic view bot, every IP is going to show up from one country if you catch my drift, right? I'm sure you can guess which country, right? But there are some complex view bots now that ping IPs, like one IP per goddamn city around the world. None of them overlap. Do you understand? There's one way we can catch them now, but I'm not going to say that way because I'm sure the view botting
exactly. You can't tell them how you do it because then they figure it out. They get around it.
She's going to learn and adapt from that. But that's the problem. You understand? People, like, I'm telling you, clout is a hell of a drug.
Like, for instance, someone who is getting a lot of view botting accusations thrown his way is currently the Burt Peanut. And he's a streamer who's recently just blown up due to short form content repeatedly going viral.
Rock, paper, scissors. So are you playing off your Xbox Connect mic?
Yes.
Xbox, turn off. Worth it.
And I mean, it's easy to see why. The combination of the ridiculous filter with his almost obnoxious persona is quite funny. And him being a mostly expressionless peanut makes him yelling and acting like a general troll in games more, I guess, endearing rather than infuriating. And look, he isn't really doing anything actually that bad. It's just, you know, genuinely normal in-game griefing. But with the wrong persona...
He's not doing anything wrong. He's funny.
His shtick could easily rub people the wrong way. And with the
people just don't want to see people. They say the same shit about Clav now. They say the same shit about Peanut. They said the same shit about Aiden. They said the same shit about Ron. They say the same shit about Jason. They say the same shit about Lacey. They say the same shit about they said the same shit about XQC. They say it about me. Say it about Speed. Like whoever is getting motion. There are always a legion of losers that are out there looking to try to rain on their parade so these people can feel better about being losers. Like, that's the reason why.
Whispers starting to circle him.
Yep, there's
it seems like it sort of is now.
By the way, for those of you guys who don't know, it was just a tweet on Twitter. It blew up today. Let me tell you, you know what? Dude, I was sleeping when that Twitter thing blew up. We didn't even do nothing this time. We went viral on Twitter in our sleep. That's called motion.
That's right.
Because as much as he denies them, now that people have started to find a reason to dislike him, they're starting to pick apart everything he does. Because unfortunately, that's just kind of how the internet works.
People hate, they hate to see somebody succeed. They hate to see somebody succeed. That's the reason why. Because it reminds them why they're losers.
Be a little unhumble for a second. I don't like being unhumble. I just like hanging out with you boys and gaming, but I kind of got to. Just for like a second, guys. I call view botting the loser's topic.
That's right.
That's what I call it. You have too many viewers, not enough likes, you're view botting. You have too many viewers, you have too many likes, you're like botting. You have too many viewers, you don't have enough subscribers, you're view botting. You have too many viewers.
I'm right or you're wrong.
Too many subscribers, you're subscribe button. You have too many viewers on Twitch.
Great
you don't have
decision.
as much viewers on Kick, you're view botting on Twitch. If you have too many viewers on YouTube, but you don't have as many viewers on Twitch, you're view on YouTube. You can spin it any way you can. At the base of the argument, it's cope. There's no way to prove anyone is view botting or if they're not.
But I mean, looking at his stats, they seem to be organic, especially when you look at him compared to some of his peers. Not to mention, people also forget the power of short form content. Like, you can take one...
You see Queso pop off because of short-form content. Even recently, like, I've been getting a lot of followers because of the coverage of the Epstein files that I do. Like, that's the other thing, too, is, like, I've been getting a lot of this. Because I've been trying to focus more on doing short-form stuff, too, because, like, I feel like I've hit kind of a ceiling on Twitch, right? I mean, like, we're always going to go up and down for whatever's happening. But, like, if you want to increase that floor, you got to bring in people from other ecosystems. And, like, that's why really, like, we have that Clips channel now, and that's getting, like, 200, 150 million views a month, right? And then you had on top of that on TikTok, holy fuck, there's a lot of people watching. So, yeah, no, absolutely, that's it.
Viral TikTok or YouTube Shorts.
Queso Jinxie all popped off without getting accused of view-botting? People accuse Jinxie of view-botting all the time. What do you mean?
Can change your entire life, and that's not even exaggerating. Look at the Haktua girl. She kind of fumbled that, but see, if you capitalize on it, it can go pretty well for you. Just don't scam your fans. So as far as the guilty streamers go, the Burnt Peanut seems very low on my list in regards to view-botting. But naturally, the list of the accused continues to grow, but there's only a few people that have actually been caught red-handed or live. People like Convy and Heel Mike, and the former showing a little receipt.
These guys, dude, these are like the Kick streamers. Yeah, they're view-botting.
Of 1,000 Twitch viewers, and then being forced to admit it live, and then the latter going from 16,000 to 2,000 live viewers.
See, 16 to 2,000? Wow, it's 2,000 more than I thought.
Blatant and crazy. But then you have this clip of XQC watching Stable Ronaldo lose thousands of viewers live and call him out for his chatter rate being suspiciously low.
Wait, what? Is this a glitch? Why does it say XQC has more viewers than me? What is he, cheating the system? What is this? Bro get insecure, he starts taking away my views.
Keep in mind, if you look at the graph here, it shows that I have more viewers than both of them. But that's not a big deal.
Oh, this is weird.
I have 90% chatter rate.
Oh, he hired someone at Twitch to take away
chatter rate is like 30%. And you fluctuate 6K every time an ad runs.
I just ran an ad. That's how I make my...
Oh, you can hear me. I forgot. My bad. Sorry. I'm typing it. Yo, run.
Yo, Q, instead of calling out a streamer like me, why don't you call out the real streamers? Why don't you say names, bruh?
But again, that's not really concrete proof aside from Convi, but pretty interesting that XQC makes it seem like he knows. And I think they do, because you have Train, XQC, and now Aiden Ross, all of them saying the same thing. Everyone view bots. But when Ice beside...
We know. Ice knows it too. He's been around forever.
Accused Aiden of view-botting, what did he do? Well, apparently agreed with him.
That's Ice, bro. I'll just say this, guys. I don't give a fuck, bro. There's nothing to say, bro. If he thinks he view-bot, listen, you think some people, guys, everybody's inflated. Like I openly admit it. I don't give. I would say 90% of streamers inflate, guys.
So I guess this is because 90% of streamers are doing it, then you can't be mad at him for also doing it. Like
that's true, actually. Like, because if everybody else is cheating and you're not cheating, then you lose. Yeah, that's what happens. That's why you need to have that's why the rules have to be fair. Because if the rules aren't fair, you get everybody cheating all the time. You don't want to have everybody cheating all the time, but like, if you got somebody beating you that's cheating, and at the end of the day, you're trying to get paid, like, yeah, you're going to view bot. That's what's going to happen.
See, that's just a horrible excuse by any measure, and disheartening when you see...
It's just a reason. That's it. It's not even, there's no morality to it, right? But you can't be surprised when somebody does that.
Nothing happening to these top streamers who continuously get called out and even caught for doing these things.
Not cheating, ain't trying.
Nothing really happens to them. So what happens when a good chunk of the viewership on streaming sites isn't even real? Well, I mean, it could easily be considered
advertisers
fraud
get
because sponsors often...
It's undeniably fraud. And if any of these sponsors take a streamer to court and it's found that that streamer was engaging in viewbotting, it is undeniably, without a shadow of a doubt, fraud. And I would even argue that embedding is still fraud, because whenever you're buying a different channel, like a sponsorship on a channel, you're buying that sponsorship in the context of understanding the nature of that channel and the viewer metrics of that channel. So like, for example, if you're buying a channel and this channel, an advertisement on a channel, and this channel is an English-speaking American and European-focused audience, and then they embed and they get a bunch of viewers from South America that don't have any fucking money, are you really getting your money's worth even though it's the same amount of viewership? No, you're not. You're getting scammed. And you're getting scammed in a way that is deliberate. You're getting, because again, it is bad faith behavior that is manipulatory or manipulative, and it is misleading. You are misleading and you are lying to somebody. That's it.
Base how much they're willing to pay based on viewership.
People don't get the way
these advertisers are suddenly saying more sales, at least in percentage wise, from the smaller creators than the top guys. I mean, even
that also makes sense for other reasons too.
I could rationalize that. And I guess why would Twitch and Kick go out of their way to deter big sponsorships when they could just simply turn a blind eye to the problem? I don't know. I feel like it's only a matter of time before the system implodes on itself, because companies will suddenly stop sponsoring streamers as much.
They're paying less money now. They're paying less money, and they have different types of activation quantitative metrics. So like, for example, they're looking for activations and referral rates rather than just purely numbers.
And the people that'll really affect are the people who are playing fair, which most regularly are the smaller streamers. So massive kudos to all the small streamers who are actually playing fair and are growing organically. Because I mean, at this point, it feels like it's like every day a new streamer comes out and either accuses someone of viewbotting or just outright admits to it themselves. Because it seems like it doesn't even matter anymore, which is crazy and just sad, honestly. It's so disheartening. But hey, it'll definitely be interesting to see what the eventual fallout of all this is.
There will be no fallout. There will be no consequences. Nobody's going to get in trouble. Nothing's going to happen. It's just going to continue on as usual.
Hard to believe that sponsors are watching these clips of Eddie and Aiden, shamelessly stating that most of their best and brightest are actually lying about their reach. But what can these streaming sites do to combat this without also banning people who aren't guilty? Maybe start with the people who are outright admitting to viewbotting.
It's not going to change. All it's going to do is make me go, oh, Rage is like Kai Sanat. He got 80,000 people in this.
Well, no, they're going to do it because it works. That's the main reason. Like, this is what people don't understand, is they do this shit because it actually works. Like, if it stopped working, they'd stop doing it because it costs money. All right, I'm back. All right, we good?
I'll go, yo, he view botting. So what? It's legal. Remember, whatever.
It's not legal. It's wire fraud. If you're view botting and you're selling your stream numbers, you're defrauding people. It's just not even true. Like they're
legal.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Think, bro.
But who knows? Maybe Kick is punishing Aiden because that's what he claims to think.
Yo, Kick is playing with me, bro. Chat, we are stuck at 8. We're stuck, bro.
8. Now you're 9.
Let's just leave. Let's go. Let's go back to purple.
So apparently he's claiming that Kick is capping his viewership. So essentially saying they're reverse viewbotting him and he's switching.
They do that sometimes. It's true. Like streamers will get throttled sometimes for viewership when the viewers were detected as being inauthentic.
Back over to Twitch.
That's true.
But I mean, it's not like everyone over there is also inflated.
How do I viewbot? I
Who
don't know.
knows? But this is also coming after Aiden says that Kick is now strapped for cash and is really in some hot water with all the lawsuits going on. One of the most notable ones being the situation going on in France, where a Kick streamer passed away while doing this 24/7 stream. So it'll definitely be interesting to see what comes of this. Either way, Kick says that they pay people based on real viewership. And if the rumors that they're strapped for cash are true, they definitely need to stop paying for dishonest streamers.
They're not strapped for cash. They got plenty of money because they're getting, like Kick's a loss leader for Stake, and Stake is a gambling website. There's no problem really there. They're going to make plenty of money, but they're going to want to make money with Kick, intrinsically as well. Right? I mean, that's it.
Botting their numbers. So overall, it'll be interesting to see what happens with all this. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one in tomorrow's video. Peace.
No, I'm gonna be honest. We watch this later on, but like, I'm gonna be real. Like this is something that I feel like it's just gonna keep getting worse over time. I do, because like now that people saw like different streamers that viewbot and they get a reward for it, now you're going to get everybody doing it. Now everybody is going to be trying to viewbot because it starts to work. That's the reason why. Somebody accused Olivia Monroe. I don't even know who Olivia Monroe is. I'm going to be honest. This Tozy video, I watched a lot of his videos, like that Johnny Somali shit. We know him. So make sure to give it a like. I like him a lot. This guy's great. So yeah, absolutely. And he didn't mention you, sus. I mean, I don't know. Like people said my shit was viewbotted. I know days for sure I got viewbotted. Absolutely. But like, I know it wasn't me that did it. So like, what the fuck am I going to do? I don't give a shit. It's not me doing it. Who cares? Like, and also the difference is that in a lot of these cases, if I was or if I wasn't viewbotting, I'd still be at the top of the fucking website. So even if you take away 10,000 viewers, if you take away 15,000 viewers, I'd still sometimes be #1, right? So that's it.